In today's video, guys, I got you the top 5 meta loadouts here in Modern Warfare 3 Season 2. Now, with us only being 15 days away from Season 3, I want to give you the best possible loadouts for MGB nukes, 100 kill games, increase that KD, and just see better improvements. So if you guys are new here and you find this video to help, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and let's get into it. Now, for weapon number 1, guys, we have the easiest weapon here in Modern Warfare 3 to use, and that is the MCW, one of my favorite weapons here in Modern Warfare 3, and it deserves a spot on today's video. For this build, you can use it in rank play, you can use it in pubs, it doesn't matter, this thing fries. And for my first attachment, guys, we are going to start with the optic here, and we're going to go ahead and add on the MK3 reflector. Now, I like this attachment a lot. This is my favorite optic to run as of right now, but there is so many good ones here. You have the classic quarters, you have the niter model, you have the slate reflector. I mean, again, there's just so many good options here in Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2 optics. Choose what you guys like. For me, I am going with the MK3 reflector here. For our next attachment, guys, we are going to the rear grip and adding on the RBL PSL grip. Now, this is one of my favorite attachments to use on the MCW. Every time I make a build on the MCW, this attachment goes on. For me personally, it's a must-have. The firing aiming stability is going to come in crazy clutch with this weapon at those longer ranges. Same with this gun kick control and recoil control, but realistically, this weapon doesn't really need any more recoil control because the fire rate isn't that too fast, and also the recoil control on this weapon is pretty good. But having this attachment on is going to make the weapon so much more smooth when firing, more calm, more accurate, and also easier to control at those longer ranges. And like I said, every time I've used this weapon, this attachment goes on 100%, so of course this will be going on. Now, we're going to go over here to the underbarrel next, and we're going to be adding on the DR6 hand stop grip. We're getting aim walking movement speed, aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and movement speed. Now, like I just said, the weapon doesn't have too bad recoil control. It's pretty easy to control, and with the rear grip going on, this weapon is super easy to use, so we can kind of work on a little bit of more mobility and handling, help us be a little bit more aggressive, have that run and gun type of play style. So we're going to increase that movement speed, so we are moving faster around the map, getting into more engagements, getting those high kill games. We're shooting faster off your sprint, and we're also aiming down sights faster, which is going to help with being more aggressive. And also, if you do pre-aim a lot like myself, having that aim walking movement speed does come in clutch a lot of the time, so of course we are going to add this on. Now, for the muzzle, guys, we are going to go over here until we reach the L4 flash hider. Now, this is a Modern Warfare 2 optic here. You can use in rank play and everything. It's going to help with muzzle flash concealment. It's going to help with recoil control and gun kick control. Just make the weapon a lot better to control at those longer range gunfights, because in those short to medium range, you're not going to have any troubles whatsoever. It's once you start getting to those longer ranges, you do need a little bit of gun kick control and recoil control. So this attachment is going to come in clutch a lot of the times for those longer range gunfights. And then for our final attachment, guys, we are going to the barrel here and adding on the 16.5-inch MCW Cyclone long barrel. We're getting bullet velocity and range, aiming auto sway, and firing aiming stability, which is going to help out a ton here. And to be a little bit more exact here, we are getting a 15% increase in our effective and minimum damage range and an 18% increase in our bullet velocity. For our second weapon, guys, we have the #1 SMG here, in my opinion, which is the Ram 9. Now, if you disagree that this is the #1 SMG, I am very curious. Let me know in the comments what you think is the #1 SMG here. But for me, we have the Ram 9 here, and for this build, guys, we are going to start with the stock here and add on the HVS 3.4 pad, gun kick control, aiming auto sway, firing aiming stability, and recoil control. This attachment is a must-have in my opinion. We're going to help the weapon be more calm, more smooth when firing, more accurate, easier to control at those longer ranges. I think it's a must-have here, so we're going to be adding this on for our first attachment. Next, we have the rear grip, and we're going to be adding on the Retort 90 grip tape, another must-have attachment in my opinion. Now, out of all the builds I have for the Ram 9 on my channel, this attachment goes on every time I make a video on this weapon. I think it's really good. The firing aiming stability is going to come in crazy clutch here with that fire rate, making it more calm. That recoil control and gun kick control also is going to make it better to control at those longer ranges. And you know, there's those medium and longer ranges, you need that recoil control. Up close, you really don't need that. All gunfights, you need stability. In those longer ranges, you need that recoil control. So of course, we are going to be adding this on. Now, with this weapon being a primary weapon, we're going to be using it as a primary. We are going to the magazine and adding on that 50 round mag. Now, if you're going to use this SMG as a secondary, if you're going to run overkill or the gunner vest, you don't have to run a magazine if you really didn't want to. But with us being a primary build here, we are going to the magazine and adding on that 50 round mag. Now for the underbarrel, guys, we are going to go add on the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop grip. We're going to work on handling, aim down sight speed, and sprint to fire speed, and also a little bit more recoil control and gun kick control, just to make the weapon really easy to use up close, medium, and far range, and also help us be a little bit more aggressive. They have that run and gun type of play style. I do like the Ram 9 with its handling and everything, so we're going to increase that, make it a little bit better, which is really good. And then for our final attachment, guys, we are going to the muzzle here, and we're going to go over here until we reach the Zemin 35 compensated flash hider. We're going to shorten that radar ping. We're going to get more vertical recoil control, add some horizontal recoil control in this, and get more firing aiming stability. Next, guys, we're going to the rear grip and adding on the FSS combat grip. We're getting stability, a lot of that. We're getting gun kick control and recoil control. With LMGs having really good damage range and this one having a good fire rate and accuracy, we can work on a little bit of recoil control, mobility, and handling. Those are only things that we need to worry about here with this LMG. So we're going to be adding this on. We're going to make it better at those longer ranges, be more stable and everything, and this thing is super good to use here. For our next attachment, guys, to make the Scar H, you got to go to the magazine here and add on the 45 round mag. This basically doesn't make it an LMG anymore. It makes it an assault rifle now, and we're getting a huge increase in our handling and mobility. We're moving faster around the map, getting into more engagements, getting those high kill games and everything, also getting a faster aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, allowing us to have a better run and gun type of play style, and also reloading faster like we're using an assault rifle. So we've now turned this weapon into an assault rifle rather than an LMG. For the underbarrel, we are going to be adding on the DR6 hand stop grip again, getting more aim down sight speed, movement speed, sprint to fire speed, and aim walking movement speed. Just helping us move faster around the map is going to help out a ton. Same with that aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, helping us be more aggressive, getting those easy kills and everything. So of course, we're going to be adding this on. And then for my final attachment, guys, we are going to the muzzle here, and we're going to be adding on the VT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor. A really good attachment here. It's going to make us more of a stealthy build as well. We're not going to show up on the radar. We have better recoil control, faster bullet velocity damage range to increase that time to kill, help our bullets travel further, travel faster, and have better control of this weapon, also being a ghost on the map. And for our next weapon, guys, we have another SMG, and we have the AMR-9. Now, I like to call this SMG right now the Rising Star because it's taken over Warzone now, it's getting used in rank play now, and also it's pretty popular here in regular pub play here. But for this build, guys, we are going to start with the optic, and we're going to be adding on first is going to be an optic, which I'm not a fan of the iron sights whatsoever. I cannot use them. So we're going to be adding on a red dot sight, and that is going to be the Jack Glasses optic. We got a blue dot here, which is everyone's favorite, and we're also getting firing aiming stability. With the weapon having fast fire rate, we got to work on recoil control, we got to work on stability. The mobility and handling is really good on this weapon, so we don't have to worry about that or anything. So we're gonna be adding this on for our first attachment here. Next, we're going to go to the stock and add on the Sarah 14 heavy carbine stock. We're getting gun kick control, recoil control, and more firing aiming stability. Help the weapon be more calm and smooth when firing. Also have better control of the weapon at those longer ranges. Up close, you have no problems with this weapon whatsoever. It's once you start getting into those medium and long range gunfights, you do need some attachments with recoil control and stability. This attachment is going to help out a ton, so of course, we're going to be adding it on. We're going to drop down to the rear grip next and add on the Sakin ZX grip. We're getting more firing aiming stability, gun kick control, and recoil control. Now, this attachment with the rest of these attachments that we have on already is going to allow us to have full control of this build. It's going to be super stable, more smooth and everything like that, so it's going to make it better at those longer ranges. Up close, you really don't have to worry about anything. It's once you get into those medium and long range gunfights. This attachment is going to come in clutch with that, make it more smooth when firing. A must-have attachment in my opinion, so of course, we are going to be adding this on. Now we're going to jump all the way over here to the underbarrel next and add on the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop grip. I like this attachment a lot on SMGs just because you get a good increase in your handling, aim down sights faster, shoot faster off your sprint, of course be more aggressive with an SMG. That makes sense, and also get better control of our weapon at those longer range gunfights. This weapon has now turned into an assault rifle. It's super clean. I like using it a lot, but also being aggressive like an SMG. I love using it a lot, so of course we're going to be adding this on. And then for our final attachment, guys, we are going to the muzzle, and what we're going to be doing here is adding on the Zemin 35 compensated flash hider again. We're going to shorten that radar ping, get better vertical and horizontal recoil control, and again, more firing aiming stability. And for our final weapon in today's video, guys, we have the MTZ-762, which is also a very easy weapon to use, and it's also pretty broken, I won't lie. For this build, guys, we're going to start with the barrel here, and we're going to be adding on the Precision Blackthorn barrel. We're going to increase that damage range, get aiming out of sway, and firing aiming stability. With the weapon having slow fire rate, we really don't need to work on recoil control. We're going to work more on stability and damage range, get those fast time to kills, and keep the weapon very stable. Having this on, we are getting a 25% increase in our effective and minimum damage range, also a 30% increase in our bullet velocity. So this weapon is going to be crazy good at those longer range gunfights. So of course, we are going to be adding this on. Now we're going to jump right here to the stock next and add on the MCW Blackjack stock. Now this can help with aiming out of sway and firing aiming stability. Again, with the weapon having a slow fire rate, really good recoil control, we don't need to work on any recoil control whatsoever. We can work more on stability, extra mag size, and handling. This build is really fun to use, so of course we're going to be adding on the Blackjack stock. For the rear grip, we're going to be adding on the factory rear grip. This can help with firing aiming stability, gun kick control, and recoil control. The only attachment we have here that's going to help with stability is going to be this attachment here. So, of course, we're going to be adding this on, help it be more smooth, more calm when firing. Really, really easy to use. You guys are definitely going to love it. So, of course, add this on. Now, we do need a larger mag size, so we are going to the magazine here and adding on the 30-round mag. Only has 10 extra bullets, but this weapon does have some pretty good damage range and everything. So, the time to kill is pretty nice on this weapon. So you're not going to be reloading every time you get a kill or 2 or 3. So having this on is just going to give us a large mag size, not reload all the time, slow our flow down or anything like that. So of course, add this on. And then for my final attachment, guys, we are going to the underbarrel again and adding on the DR6 hand stop grip. We're getting more aim walking movement speed, faster aim down sight speed, and sprint to fire speed, and also more movement speed to help us be more aggressive, get into more engagements, and get those high kill games. But those are my top 5 meta loadouts currently here in Modern Warfare 3. If you do try any of these builds, let me know what your favorite one is, and if you try any of these, let me know what your highest kill game is. But guys, thanks so much for watching. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.